I have. So George does not realise this. You at home might have seen that Elphaba went live and then spoke about me, and it is.
This is a pet peeve of mine. Whenever the podcast comes up, actually not pet peeve because I just go under the radar. Everyone just goes Useless Hotline and Max Balegde.
Yeah, literally every single time.
I'm just there chilling.
Something happens on our podcast that we both talk about, and then it's like, can't believe Max Balegde did this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we both anyway. But you need to hear this. I understand that you probably haven't heard it, but Elphaba went live, and it says, Elphaba calls out Max Balegde.
Nice.
Let's see.
You better not say my name as well.
If Max is watching this, or he ends up seeing this on the For You page, like he always does watching me, on some sort of For You page, he will see me at some point, because I'm all over it. I'm really disappointed, to be honest, in how he's responded towards me. Oh. If Max was on a...
Right, she's disappointed in how I've responded to her awful behaviour. That's
You would have seen her awful behaviour though, because she is all over your feed page.
Exactly. Well, she's
like, non-stop.
I
don't even ask what you're watching anymore because
No.
I just know it's Elphaba.
Yeah, exactly. I can't stop. I physically can't stop.
Don't call me, he'll be thinking completely different. And I'm going to say this right now, as a person, Max, I don't care how many followers you've got. I don't care the amount of following you have.
Go off, sis.
I respect your content. I respect you as a person.
Thank you.
Your behaviour towards me on that podcast, you're acting two-faced, is horrific. I do not agree with that.
Right, I want to clarify. So she said that my behaviour on the podcast slagging her off was two-faced, and I should have just given her a phone call.
It was bad. You should have seen what you said off camera.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. So let's rewind. All that I said was that she told me all these awful things that Chelsea Lear had said to her or about her, and then she proceeded to move into her house like a week later to earn money.
That is two-faced.
It's very two-faced, even though it's factually true. And before I even spoke about it on the podcast, I had sent a message to Elphaba directly saying the exact same thing.
When she was Instagram handle?
Yes, at Elphaba Live and Direct. Because she would send me voice notes, she would send me messages all the time. Aye. So eventually one day I just said, like, basically, please stop. I don't want anything to do with you, and this is the reason why. And for her to say that I'm being two-faced, I was like, how much more could I have done? Anyway, let's continue.
You've thrown me under the bus, and only for publicity-wise. You never actually checked on me. You never called me. You said you wanted to be friends. You wanted to, feel protective over me, but you never called me.
When I met her, I said she was such a genuinely nice person that I felt protective of her because she would get so much abuse online, and all that she did at that time was go live, dress up as a witch and sing. And I was like, this is somebody who, has autism, as she told me. Yeah. So I felt really protective of her.
Of course.
And then I find out that she doesn't have autism, or she's not diagnosed with autism. And she's been like doing a whole host of other awful things. I've met you twice. Why am I going to call you and be like, hey, is everything okay? No, I'm going to go, oh my God, that person I thought was nice is actually quite evil. And therefore I'm just going to disassociate myself from them.
Just because you've spoken to someone in the past and you have the means to call them doesn't mean that you need to call them to let them know that you're not going to. That's weird. Exactly. How does that call go? Just, hello, Elphaba. How are you doing? You all right? Yeah, no, I'm fine. What am I up to? Oh, I was just ringing basically just to let you know I'm not going to be speaking to you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, you too.
Literally.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you have a good day. No. Okay. All right, speak soon. Oh, no, I won't actually. No, I won't speak soon. As I say, we're not speaking anymore. Okay, bye-bye.
Like, what? I was like, Elphaba, this makes no sense. Like, everything, I watched it when I was still incredibly drunk. I'd just eaten a McDonald's. It was about 4 a.m. Nice. And even at that point, I was like, this is a delusional person. This is crazy. Like, but let's carry on because it gets better. It gets so much better.
For days, I was the one messaging you before any conspiracy happened. I was looking to be your friend generally. I didn't care about your followers. I didn't care about the publicity, this and that. But you need to understand, Max, that's not cool. I get Max has a lot of fans, 3 million followers, but that's what I mean. He's got a platform. He's got a bigger platform than me. He's quite huge on TikTok, and him talking about me like
see him in
that,
person.
he has to. That's really irresponsible.
She has literally gone on live. I've seen clips of it saying, do you realize how many people go live of me? If you go against me, I'll get you banned. I have people at TikTok that work for me. I have management at TikTok. They will ban you. Don't mess with me. And she's going to say that because I refute behavior that is awful, that she had done. I didn't re-fuck.
I didn't even know you fucked in the first place. Hello, we're back for seconds.
That did not happen. That did not happen. Just clarifying. Because I said that I disagree with her behaviour, that is me like using my platform irresponsibly. As she looked at her own platform for 1 second.
Have you used your platform for? It's been stuff that's been said to you, and like you've just replied.
Yeah.
Or it's not like. I don't know.
Let's also not forget that people would make videos when she would behave badly, targeting me, saying, "Max, you need to speak out on this. You have given this person a platform, and she is doing all these awful things." So eventually, one day, I was like, "Do you know what? Yeah, I will do. I just want everyone to know I am not friends with this person. I do not associate myself with this person. I didn't know that any of these weird behaviors were going on when I met this person. So let's just leave that there." So what the big fat fuck is she talking about?
Can we just talk about, like, she said, oh, he's using his platform and he's like targeting, like, all his fans are coming against me, whilst starting this off by going, "You'll see me. I'm on the For You page. Drop up all the time. Everybody sees these videos."
Yeah. Like, what? Let's continue.
As a person, you know, if you are under a management, or if you are, you know, talking about other people, well, you probably can though, but, you know, a creator like that huge shouldn't talk about people like that. You know, that's hurt me.
Her entire platform is built off of arguing with people, like non-stop, like targeting different people, getting into online physical arguments with people. That's all that she does. The hypocrisy here. I won't play the rest. It's just the same. But she goes on to say that I ultimately used her for PR, which I don't even think if that sentence really makes sense, because like it would be more so be for clout, as she says, or anything. I just want to clarify.
I don't know what you like. At no point have this seems very much like I'm just gonna be, "Oh, Max is my friend. I'm sucking up to him. He's my best friend." But ever since starting on TikTok, at no point has there ever been like a drought in views, or like for like your followers are consistently going up, your views are consistently like they're just consistent. Like if you suddenly had a drop off and you were getting like 20k a video or something, which is still good, but it's not Max Balegde numbers, let me tell you that. Then it would be more like, oh, he's trying to grip onto something for like clout. This is why I don't understand the whole Ekin Sue thing, because everyone's like, oh, he's trying to grip onto. Name me an Ekin Sue video that's done. No, but like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
so get what you mean.
How can someone who's on the come up, who's doing it off their own back, then now suddenly be looking to grab onto someone else for clout as if they've started? You
can tell from everything that she says about herself that she has a delusional self-worth, in that she genuinely believes that she is the most famous person in the world. All of these TikTok live people do, though.
Like, to be like completely fair, obviously she gets mental numbers on a TikTok live, but I think there's that can be heavily misconstrued, and a lot of people who do go live and get those numbers get it heavily misconstrued that all of those people watching are watching because they're fans, when 90% of the time on a TikTok live, the reason people watch TikTok lives is because like they like building people up and just seeing drama happen, and it's 100%. They're not there for you, they're there for the drama that is associated with you, and that's no disrespect to anybody that does TikTok lives. Like, sure, do it. I know you can make like good money from it, but I'd say it's very dangerous to then assume that means you've got, number one, a stable income, but also number two, a proper fan base that actually is there for you.
It's just it's really difficult. And I just want to clarify, when I met Elphaba, so she's accused me of like using her for all of these things. It was such like a random coincidental thing. Like, we both got invited to a Halloween party, and you were there.
I was.
And I was not going to go to this Halloween party. I'd already like celebrated Halloween. I didn't have anything, and it was
already
on
been
the
to
actual
9 Halloween parties.
I was crazy. I was
outfit.
Literally. No, I'd already dressed up as Gru from Despicable Me with Andrew, and that was as far as I was willing to go. And it was the day of. I didn't have an outfit. I was like, oh, I'm literally not going to go. Either Elphaba messaged me. I think Elphaba messaged me and was like, oh, I'm going to this party or whatever. Or I think someone told me that she was going, and we'd had like some interactions online. So I was like, oh my gosh, you're going, blah, blah, blah. And then I just came up with the idea. I was like, oh my gosh, how iconic would it be if you turned me into Elphaba, like the witch? And she was so up for it. She was so up for it. She came to my flat, like did it. And that's when she told me, like opened up all these things about her autism diagnosis, about Chelsea Leout, about how she finds the hate really bad. She gets really bad transphobic comments. Yeah. So then that's when I said I felt really protective over her. Yeah. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll get the queen of like fame around to my house and we'll be best friends. And now we're gonna get loads of views. Like, get fucked.
No, also like not only that, which you, not only that, you wouldn't like, because the whole thing is that you're no longer trying to be the protector. Like after hearing that, your initial response is obviously going to be, I feel sorry for you. That's horrible. Course. I can't believe people do that. You wouldn't go, just hold that 1 second. I'll do some quick research to make sure that they're not doing this for the correct reasons.
Literally. I didn't know much about her other than that she sang on live streams. So then a few weeks later, it's our podcast launch party. And I say to her, I was like, I gave her an invite to come because I was like, she was so lovely at Halloween, like she can come. And then I said to her, because we'd spoke about it, we were like, I think we were contemplating getting, because we had a saxophone person, we were contemplating getting like another act or something. Saxophonist, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, how iconic if Elphaba sang. Bear in mind, when I met her, she told me that she had all these dreams of being Elphaba on the West End, the first trans woman to be on the West End as Elphaba. And I genuinely was like, a lot of people disagree, but I thought that she was a good singer. Like, and people always would say to me, like, she is not, what are you on about? But I always thought like, oh, do you know what? No matter what you think about her, I think she's a good singer when she like goes for it. So I was like, how iconic if like after we do the speech, she just like sang like 30 seconds of the song or something. And I was like, because she told me how she was really excited. She doesn't really go to events. She wants to get good press and everything so that she can get verified. So we'd invited like industry people to that event. So I was like, oh, she could literally sing and maybe people will film it or something.
The people weren't invited like purely to try and get Elphaba verified.
No, oh my God.
This wasn't a ploy.
But
like,
again, I just felt bad for her because of all the shit she goes through, and she was so lovely to me. So I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. Even then I said to her, you can sing 20 seconds of the song because it's not about you. This event is not about you. She repeatedly... It's about me because I've got way more fun. Yes, of course. It's our podcast launch party. She repeatedly sent me the full 6-minute instrumental to the song Defying Gravity saying, I need to do it all, otherwise I'm not doing it. And I was being really nice. I was like, if you feel that way, that's fine. You don't have to do it. I'm not going to press you into doing anything. But I'm telling you, you will not be doing the 6-minute version at this party. Like, you can come in from, so if you care to find me, from there, and then just do that bit. And it was a whole thing. But I was like, right, Elphaba, you don't have to do it. Please do not feel pressured to do this at all. She was telling me she felt sick and everything. So if I am using you for clout and everything, why would I not just be like, yeah, do the full 6-minute version? Oh my gosh, yeah, come on, we'll make it all about you. This will be amazing. We'll get so many views. Yeah. I don't even think anybody even like really posted it on the internet or anything. I did
you to take her name off the poster for the
party. for the flight. Yeah, it was like a festival lineup, wasn't it originally? But all of this is just so unfounded for her to say that I used her. And I also had this voice note, which I really want to find. I don't know if I'll be able to find it anywhere. I think I played it to you, where she was she literally said, I'm not clout chasing off you, and I don't need to think that, but if you ever go to an event or a movie premiere, just bring my name up and just say like, Elphaba's really cool. And I was like, obviously at this point, I'm still thinking she's autistic. So I'm just like humoring her and being like, oh yeah, like that's so nice. Yeah, definitely will do. Because I'm not going to outright go to an autistic person who's clearly, not good at judging social situations and be like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's really rude to even ask that. That is the definition of clout chasing. But again, so when all this came out, I was like, so you're saying that just because that's clout chasing? That is literally like using me to try and get your name out there. So then I was just like, even more just like, I don't want to be associated with you. And again, it's normal to be like, I don't want to be associated with you and not have to ring someone up and go, hi, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Bye. Like, everything that she's saying is just so unfounded and so bizarre. But let's just try and close the Elphaba chapter right now and say that we do not support transphobic comments. If there's any on the podcast clips that we post, we don't support that. I think you would have to be stupid to think that we do support that based on everything that our podcast is.
Like any form of like bullying, like even like none of us like condone any form of bullying.
No.
Like if we saw someone that we were both like we don't hate Elphaba.
No,
but like
at all.
if we were speaking about someone that were, we fucking hate them. It wouldn't be a case of we see them in person and go like, fuck you, fuck this, or like message them like if.
It's just so not deep, guys. It's silly internet things. And I mean, her entire existence is silly internet drama like that. And it somehow gets her loads of money. I don't understand. And that's why she keeps doing it. I told her yesterday when she was arguing with me back and forth saying there's proof against all these allegations that she has, but no one will listen to her and the police are involved, this and this. Yeah. And I just said to her, I said, you need to come off social media and take a legitimate break, because this is a toxic world that you have got yourself into, and you're clearly addicted to the attention. That's when it comes down to it, that's what it is. You've never seen anybody get so distressed, and if my friends or family saw me being that distressed, or I saw myself getting to a point where I'm smacking myself in the head and having full-on tantrums on a live stream to tens of thousands of people, I would probably be like, oh, maybe this is not the career path for me.
Yeah, that's why it's like good to make it clear. We are just pointing out why what she said is incorrect. Yeah. We don't hate her. We're not saying,
guys, do not send her hate.
What she's doing isn't, like, some of the things she said is inherently wrong, but going online and singing or hitting yourself on the head, I was like, she's not hurting anyone apart from herself.
Yeah, literally.
But, like, it's obviously not
the thing that I don't agree with.
For it. You need to just sort of...
The bits that I don't agree with and I think are absolutely wrong is the begging people for money, is the using vulnerable people to send you gifts. Stuff like that is just so disgraceful, and obviously lying about all the things that she's got wrong with her. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. I met this girl twice and it doesn't impact my life, like the fact that she's going to go on live, but it is what it is.